Hello, welcome to this tutorial. I'm going to teach you how you can make your own SVG files for whiteboard animations such as Videoscribe. This tutorial is quite easy and we are going to make the same animations as you are seeing in this video example. Basically, I'm going to teach you how you can make an SVG file or illustration out of other pictures or images you find on the internet. For this tutorial, we're going to be using Illustrator CS6. It is quite a simple process, and for this tutorial, we are just going to make a new file. We're going to configure the size of the canvas. Press OK. And we're going to make an illustration of our vector file out of this picture. You can follow this tutorial using any picture you want. The first step after creating the new file in Illustrator is dragging the picture to your canvas in Illustrator. Center. You have to use the selection tool to center the image. We are going to make it a little longer by dragging the image from here. Okay, that's good enough. We're just going to make and draw some lines on this layer of the picture of the dog. The next step is to use the selection tool. We select the picture and we're to set up the opacity to 30 or 40%. Whatever feels right for you. You have to kind of see the picture, but not but whatever feels right for you, okay? I'm going to use 40%. The next step is this. I'm going to lock this layer so I don't do anything on it by accident, and I'm going to create a new layer. And we're going to be working on layer number 2 to create SVG files that look good on whiteboard animations such as Videoscribe. We have to use just one of these two tools. First is a pen tool, and you have the pencil tool. Only those are good for whiteboard animations. I usually like to use the pencil tool. We select the pencil tool, and we are going to set up the stroke weight to 4 or 5. We are going to set up the appearance of the stroke. We select the stroke panel option, and we are going to use round cap and round joint. So it kind of looks like a marker. We're going to make sure we are not using the fill. We set up the fill to none. And we're going to make sure the stroke is black color. It actually can be any color you want, but I usually work on black color. And we're going to start drawing on the dog. We are going to press or select, use the select to stop selecting that line we just draw. Now, the stroke is not strong enough. Weight, it does not have the appropriate weight. I'm going to increase it we can increase it just by with the selection tool. We select the stroke and we set up a new weight for the stroke. And we can see the stroke is actually increasing in size. Then again, we select the pencil tool and we keep drawing. It is important that you make sure that after you finish drawing a line, you have to make sure you're not the previous line you just draw is not selected anymore. For that, you have to use the select menu and go to the select. You can use this combination of keys, or you can do it by coming here to the menu and then pressing here. It is of course it is easier and quicker to just press these keys on your keyboard. We keep drawing. Now, if you are a graphic designer, of course you can make a way better job than mine. But you'll have to follow the same steps and the same tools I'm using to create a clean and awesome whiteboard animation. Now, here it comes the second part. In case you want to color your illustration, we're going to create a new layer. We are going to create a new layer here, and we are going to lock the previous layer we just draw. We are going to drag the third layer under layer 2. Until now we have 3 layers. The layer with the original picture we are copying from, the layer with the lines we just draw, and the new layer we just created. In this new layer, we're going to use the pen tool to color our illustration. You have to make sure the previous layers are locked so we don't modify anything by accident. Now we select the pen tool and we are going to set up the stroke to none. We select here and none, and we're going to select the fill and we're going to select the colors we want. We're going to select a color that approximates the color of the dog. That's good enough. Okay, now pay attention. We are going to use the zoom tool to get a more detailed view of our illustration. And we are going to draw over these lines over again. And you are going to see how it colors. In case you're having problems selecting anything, make sure you are on the right layer. In this case, I am on the wrong layer. I just selected the layer we are going to use to color. Now, you have to select the pen tool and make sure the fill has color in it and the stroke is selected to none. We are going to create a new path, and you are going to see how it colors. The color starts to fill our illustration. We have to click and set up a new path inside the lines we previously draw. Once we finish coloring one area of our illustration, we're going to the select menu and deselect. And then we move on to a new area. We're going to color the areas that look similar in our dog. In this case here, we go to select menu and deselect, or just press the keys. The keys are different for Windows and for Mac. For Mac is Shift Command A. I don't know what the command is for Windows. In case you have an accident and mess up something, you can just Command C or Control C to undo the previous action. Now we're going to color the darker areas of the fur of our dog here. We're going to select a darker color of the same tone and start coloring those portions. Now pay attention, this part is important in case you are not that acquainted with Illustrator. We're going to create a path, but sometimes it is kind of difficult to follow the border. It does not have to be perfect, but sometimes you cannot follow the exact border, such as in this place. We're going to do it to the best of our ability. Now we're going to use the selection tool, and we select this area we just colored. We press Ctrl and the right click on the mouse, arrange, and send back. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, we're going to use a darker, well, we're going to keep working yet with this color. Now we're going to use a darker color for the eyes. Sometimes the spot you were working on changes color because you select other selection. But to change that, you just have to press that space and change color here. Oops, I did something wrong. I'm going to undo all previous changes. You have to make sure you're not selecting anything else. Oops, I did it again. Sometimes it is kind of tricky. If you are having many problems by selecting by accident other colors or lines or anything, you can always create a new layer here and lock the previous layer you were working on. Now, that way you make sure you do not select anything you have previously done. Excellent. That is good for now. You can always add details by using the pencil tool, or you can even add some shadows or more color with the pen tool. Now, we're going to make sure this image actually is the same effect you see when the image of illustration is being colored, like this. How do you get that effect? You do it by doing this. We're going to lock all the layers. By now, we can delete already the original picture we were using. To erase that layer, well, first you have to make sure it is the right or correct layer. So you make sure you don't delete anything else by accident. We press delete selection. We say yes. There we go. Okay. You make sure all the layers are locked and we create a new layer. We're going to use a pencil tool. We're going to make sure the fill is none and the stroke, we can select the color of the stroke here. Or we can just simply increase the stroke weight. We're going to increase it to 31 or 30 or 20. It depends. I'm going to say it depends. I'm going to show you why. We're going to select the appearance of the stroke and we're going to use the round cap and the round join. Now we're going to start doing this like drawing inside our dog here. Like this. We're going to make lines with the pencil tool that cover all the dog. Okay, you see how those lines rearranged to here? That happens because they were selected. I have to do it again. Okay, that's enough. Okay, we're going to use the selection tool and we're going to select all those lines. We're going to increase the stroke weight to cover more area. And we're going to set the opacity to 0%. Now they are invisible. Now we are going to export or save as SVG file. We select the format, SVG, and we name our file to anything we want. In this case, dog. Save as. Save. Okay. Good. Now we're going to our whiteboard animation software, in this case Videoscribe, and we're going to insert our new illustration. Here it is, dog, SVG. There he is. Let's see that animation. Excellent. There he is, our loyal dog with glasses. Now you know how you can make an illustration with an amazing whiteboard animation effect by using any picture you want. I hope you liked the tutorial, but it is not over yet. I'm going to show you a little trick. In this case, you are seeing the dog is being colored. Every space, every spot at the same time is being filled with color. I'm going to show you how to fill spaces with color in a sequence, any sequence you want. We are going to delete the layer with the strokes we just made. We are going to create a new layer. Make sure all of the other layers are locked. We select the pencil tool. We're going to set the stroke to 30. We're going to change the appearance of the stroke, make sure it is round cap and round join. Okay, now Videoscribe will fill the spots in the same order you just made them. So we're going to fill first the darker areas of the dog, like this. Okay, that's good enough. Now we go to the selection tool. We select all the strokes. We set them to 0% opacity. We go to File, Save As, SVG, Doc 2. Save. Okay. We go back to Videoscribe. We insert the new file. And let's see the animation. There you go. Excellent. Now you know how to illustrate any picture you want for your whiteboard animation. I hope this tutorial helped you. I apologize for my poor English skills. I do not speak English on a daily basis, so I kind of have some troubles. But I think this tutorial was clear enough for you. I hope so. And I hope you subscribe to my channel. I have some other tutorials in Spanish. Greetings, fellow humans.